who I want to go across to first on this investigation, which shows that the local administration and the police had been forewarned that there was this yatra passing through communally sensitive areas, that security needed to be beefed up, and yet for some inexplicable reason the inputs which were available were not acted on. People with weapons, sticks, throwing stones were allowed to take out this yatra, and mayhem broke out in Mewat. As someone who comes from the state, what do you think really went wrong, Mr. Surjewala?
I have been repeatedly saying that the violence in Nuh Manesar and Gurugram is actually state manufactured. It is failure of political leadership of Chief Minister Mr. Manohar Lal Khattar. Three things stand out. Number one, there was a LIU report, that is intelligence report, saying such an incident is bound to happen. Number two, the infamous goon Monu Manesar was a part thereof. Any sensible government would have either arrested him in anticipation of violence or at least would not have permitted him to participate here. Number three, the superintendent of police of Nuh was on leave. When you knew such a sensitive thing was happening, you had a report that violence will take place, you did not even call the rapid action force, which is situated only 2 kilometers away. That means in order to gain political mileage, the BJP, JJP government was actually permitting this violence to happen. And Rahulji, may I point out to you, we know that over 100 people died in the Arakshan agitation when the caste war happened in Haryana under the watch of Mr. Manohar Lal Khattar. He turned out to be a political beneficiary of the same in the last assembly election. Now, for the first time in 75 years history of India, a communal flare-up is happening in Haryana, something that is alien to Haryana. We are peace living, we have cohabitated with the Mewat people. There have never been any clashes. In fact, in the pre-partition day, Haryana portion was the only portion of India when, despite there being overwhelming Muslim population, there was never a communal clash. So this is a communal clash that is manufactured for political gain. It's a serious allegation I'm leveling.
Amongst the things that come out in this India Today investigation is that the cyber police station was vandalized, which comes across as being odd, that that's the one police station that gets targeted. The government's defense is that because they've been carrying out a lot of action against the local cyber thieves, because Nuh Mewat, as our viewers would recall, is emerging as a Jamtara 2.0, and the India Today network has reported extensively on that. It is because of this that these local groups of thugs were involved. So it's not Hindu, Muslim. The government claims in its defense that this is really the cyber mafia trying to push back, which is why a cyber police station has been attacked. How do you look at this, Mr. Surjewala?
I think it's a lame duck excuse. There was a time when Mewat was a ghetto. The Congress government in Haryana had changed that when we ensured intermixing of population, and that's how you see the Sohna Road in Gurugram, an area which was overwhelmingly populated by Muslim, is no longer so. So the intermixing and creation of IMT, Industrial Model Township at Mewat, has actually changed the picture, where a lot of intermixing of populations happened and a lot of progress happened. There can be criminals anywhere around Delhi, because Delhi and its surrounding areas will always be. Same thing is happening in Noida, that is not called so. Same things happen in Ghaziabad, they are not called so. And we also have a Jewar International Airport, all around that same things happen. Question is, there is a failure of law and order, and these are lame duck excuses now being said. What Mr. Khattar and Dushyant Chautala are not understanding, that Gurugram is not a township alone or a big town alone. It's a millennium city and is home to every corporate, international corporate and national corporate in the country. Every corporate's office is here, and that's how the state of Haryana generates most of its revenue. If you are going to have riots on Sohna Road in Gurgaon, vehicles are going to be torched, the whole investment atmosphere is also going to be tarnished, besides the reputation of the state as a peaceful investment destination. So I think what Mr. Khattar has done by his failure of political leadership, as also by closing his eyes to this entire fomenting of communal trouble, is irreparably harmed the reputation of Haryana, which will take years to rebuild.